Hi, how are
Hi,
you?
I'm good. Wonderful. Good to see you.
Same here. Good to see you. And the background looks absolutely gorgeous, very bright and really nice.
Thank you. I tried other stuff also just before the call started. I was thinking maybe I should put some other stuff. So I added one here. And there's one
Yeah.
more about this, but because now the screen is short and so
Ah,
it's not
yeah,
visible.
I can see that that wasn't there yesterday.
Yesterday, I
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
This is so much fun. Thank you so much for joining me. And
No,
like
thank you for arranging this.
I know it's so much fun, right? I'm like, yes,
Yes.
I'm channeling Joe Rogan. I said, yes, we will have a casual conversation and we will have lots of fun and we'll get to know about each other best.
Yes. Perfect. Just give me 2 seconds because my dog is here and now he wants to go out. Let me just
Oh,
open my door because he is a Atma dog. So he chill nahi hai usko life mein. एक minute.
yeah, yeah, sure, sure.
Yeah.
Best dog babies are a preference. So
Yeah.
I get it.
All right. So now my door is open so he can go and come in whenever he wants. Okay.
Awesome, awesome. Hanji.
Perfect.
So Gayatri, you are a private chef. I know that's a very like small definition of what all you do because a lot
Yeah,
of us do a lot of things these days. So
absolutely.
how did you become a private chef?
Well, there's a long story behind that. So, if you don't mind, I'll just get in it.
Get
So,
into
I
it.
moved out of India like almost 20 years ago, and I moved to Japan, where I was a complete vegetarian. And I used to cook for my husband because he's a complete non-vegetarian, and that's how my love for cooking started. And I think about 15 years ago, I started teaching Indian cuisine to the Japanese people. I had more than 250 students, and when I turned 30, I thought, okay, I'm going to take this to a professional level. So I went to US for about year and a half. Did my culinary arts and worked in Boston, New York, Philadelphia, Singapore, Tokyo, and Oakland, and moved here. So I've worked all around the world as a chef in professional kitchens. And guess what? Couldn't find a job in Melbourne.
Oh,
Yes.
interesting.
Yeah,
Wow.
so for last 2 years, I could if I want to, but I have a little different preferences because I always worked in French, Mediterranean, or modern Australian restaurants. So all the jobs which I was getting was either very South Asian or Indian, and that's not what I want to do professionally
Yeah,
as a chef. I can do
yeah.
it as a private chef, but I don't want to do it as a professional chef. So I thought,
Ah.
okay, I started racking my brains, and I was one of the first ones who started private dining back in Tokyo 12 years ago. Now it's called Supper Club.
Yeah, I know, right? It's become like
Yes.
this. Whenever I hear supper club, I'm like, oh, this is like really fancy and like posh, and like I wish I would be invited to a supper club. It's
Or
kind of
you
like
invite me to ours next time. You have to come to Melbourne though.
Thank you. Oh, I'm happy to drive anywhere in Australia anytime. I just need a slightly better car because this one is kind of falling apart. So
Oh,
I
okay.
drove it to Canberra and I was like, ye ho gaya iska. I don't think it'll drive anymore after this now.
Oh, I
But
would
yeah,
love
it's
to
just,
actually come to Adelaide and then we can do a supper club there.
yeah, I know,
Yeah.
right? A special Gayatri Singh Supper Club being hosted in Adelaide. That would be
Yeah,
awesome.
that will
But
be
like,
great.
for example, if you do something like this in Adelaide,
Mhm.
what kind of food would you prefer to showcase?
Okay, so because I'm Indian and I realized that after doing a lot of these French and Mediterranean classes in Japan, what I realized that people actually want to eat Indian food or South Asian food. So I started tapping onto that, and now whenever I cook as a private chef or in supper clubs, I tend to go more on South Asian, more Indian, more regional Indian, or even Sri Lankan because my business partner, where I do my supper clubs, she's from Sri Lanka. So we kind of do these themes, and I think it's more exciting, it's more fun because
Perfect. Best of both worlds. I love Sri
exactly.
Lankan food also. So
Yeah,
that's
me
good.
too. Absolutely delicious food.
Nice.
So,
You'll have a huge audience here. Yeah, everyone is dying to eat like good Indian and Sri Lankan food. And
oh, nice.
I feel that in Adelaide, we do have a lot of options for Indian food,
Mm-hmm.
slightly less for Sri Lankan food. Obviously, like, there are restaurants that you go to and eat food and all, but most of the times I find myself and I see other people also saying, yeah, it's nice, but it's not like it was back in India. So
Yeah,
I know it's different. It's not
right.
better or worse. It's just a different experience. But
Hmm.
I feel like, when it's coming from a chef, it
Right.
will be different because I feel like it's a lot more personalized. It's more like ghar ka khana in that
Yes,
sense.
exactly. Because
Yeah.
also when you eat Indian or even Sri Lankan food outside in restaurants, it's more commercialized, I feel. And that's one of the things I don't ever want to do because I cook from scratch. I make my own masalas, I make my own spice paste. So last time when we did chicken rendang, that was like a biggest hit, and it took me 2 days in advance to
So,
prepare that dish. So,
ah,
these kind of things I tend to focus on going very basic, like literally using pestle mortar to make my paste and all. So,
ah. So do
yeah.
you, I'm interjecting, but do you sell spices? Do you sell masalas?
No, not yet. I will
Ah,
eventually,
you
maybe next 2 3 years,
should.
but not right
Oh
now.
my God. Because I feel like a lot of us, like I like love doing stuff from scratch.
Right.
Even for example, taking malai from milk, it's like you buy the milk, you boil the
I
milk, you
love
put it
those
in the
videos.
fridge.
I'm
And then,
sorry.
yeah, it's like it reminds me of home to be able to
Yes.
take it out and just put it in your mouth. It's like
Yeah.
my mom and my grandma, and they used to be like, here, try this, and we used to be like, ugh, and then
Yeah.
eventually we started loving it so much. So
Absolutely.
even to make things here, I sometimes feel like one of my friends, she was making rasmalai. She shared a video, and I was like,
Right.
I didn't realize it was that easy. And she did everything from scratch, and I was like,
Right.
I also want to do this. It's like, I mean, I understand there is a commercialization in restaurants. Obviously, you're running a business, it's large scale. There are some things that are pre-prepared and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But when you do things like a private dinner or a supper club or cooking for yourself, I really enjoy doing things from scratch.
Yes, exactly.
But finding good masala, I have found, is a challenge here.
It is. It's
Yeah.
absolutely. But you know what? Curries and Varwals, it's a Melbourne-based brand. They
I
really make
know,
some
I've
really
seen
good
that.
spices. Because
Yeah.
I've done some collaborations with them, and not just because I've done some collaborations. I thought that the spices are actual single origin and really potent, really good.
Amazing, yeah.
Yeah.
Like I found it even difficult to find good quality cardamom powder, something as simple as that.
Yes,
So I have
absolutely.
come to just grinding it on my own, and I know it's not perfectly powdery, but I'm like, at
Yeah.
least it's flavor, and it's like, yes, there is cardamom here.
Yes. No, I also agree with you. I do my own cardamom powder at home, cardamom, cinnamon, because otherwise it just feels very powdery and it's just very black.
Flavor.
It's
Yeah, there's no like,
supposed to be brownish, beige kind of a thing. It becomes
yeah.
really dark when you get it from outside.
Ah,
Yeah.
interesting. See, as a chef, you know all these details. But for someone like me, I'm just smelling it, and I'm like, yeah, this doesn't really smell like cardamom powder. It's like
Right.
mixed.
It smells
Yeah.
like fucking mud, actually.
Exactly. Yeah. And not just cardamom powder. A lot of other spices that I end up buying from the supermarkets because the Indian shops, thankfully, at least Adelaide has Indian shops. There
Oh,
are, like the typical MDH and Everest masala and all
yeah.
that. And it works for the most part because, you
Right.
just throw it in and you've got your stuff. But I don't really like doing that. I like doing the
Yeah.
khara masala and, doing it myself.
Yeah. Maybe I'll make it for you. I'll ship it for you. Yeah. Why not? Maybe
Thank
you'll
you.
be my first
That's,
customer.
that's very sweet of you. Yeah, I feel very privileged. Thank you so
Oh,
much. You said that you worked in Japan for a really long time and you taught the
yeah.
Japanese how to make Indian food. Is that what you were doing?
Yes, yes. You'll be
Oh,
surprised. There was like a massive demand for Indian cuisine because for Japanese people, Indian food was just butter chicken and naan. And they were gobsmacked when I started showing them the actual regional food of India. So my classes used to be themed every week. There used to be two classes and it used to be different states. So one day Maharashtra, one day Karnataka, one day Tamil Nadu. So I think I did about 38 menus, and only one of them was Indian, Chinese, and modern. Rest, everything
okay.
was regional. Yeah.
Fascinating. I genuinely never considered that Japanese people might be interested in Indian cuisine and want to learn how to like make it.
Oh my
That,
God. I was really surprised. And I was pleasantly surprised because they really used to write every single thing in their katakana, which is a foreign script. And they would send me pictures whenever they would go out in Indian food and they go, do I buy this? Do I buy this? And I used to like be very happy that
wow.
they're really into it. So even today, some of my Japanese students, they
And
meet once in 2 3 months. They do Gayatri sensei's class and then send me pictures. It's really amazing.
wow.
Yeah.
And would I be correct in saying that you have not found the same level of interest in Melbourne?
Yes. Yeah, because there are
Mm.
too many of us, and there's, Indian food is available in Melbourne. So I actually did do a few cooking classes back in 2024, and they were really well received. But it's just because of the rental house and all, I had to stop doing that. So I'm going to start
Oh
doing it, but
God.
finding a venue and then do it again.
I
So
know, right?
yeah,
This whole Indian
and do
cooking
shit
thing.
in rental places. It's like,
I know
seriously, yeah.
that's why I'm like, oh, can I use blue tack on my walls, please? And she's like, yeah, yeah, of course you can use blue tack. And I was like, thank you. But I get it. Like even when I'm at Jamie's place, even though it's not a rental, but he
Yeah,
lives with his mom, and I end up sometimes cooking. So I'll do the basic chalk with ghee and
yeah,
cumin, jeere ka tadka.
right.
And just that, the smell, and she's like, oh, can you please close the door of my room? And I
Oh,
understand it, but for me, it's like, oh shit, acha, ye bhi karna padega. Like in
yeah,
India, we used to cook. I mean, we never even gave it a second thought. And we
no.
used to have all these fragrances wafting from everyone's houses, and you were like, oh, they are making dal tadka or someone's
Yes.
making chicken. And, it was really, I don't know, I really enjoyed that.
No,
But
it's
here
very
it's really,
nostalgic. Here is actually not taken very, I mean, at least here it's way better. When we were in Hong Kong and Singapore, they used to actually deny houses for Indians in a lot of condos because of
that
the,
happens, yeah.
yeah. So it
Yeah.
was
I mean,
mainly because of the cooking, apparently.
I feel
Especially,
that a lot of Australians are very welcoming. So they're
yeah.
not, they're like, oh, we don't want Indians. I mean, of course, there'll always be a few racist people
Yes, of
everywhere in the
course.
world. But by and large, I have seen that most Australians are very friendly and welcoming,
Yeah.
and they're very straightforward. If they
Yes.
feel like it is overwhelming for them, they will tell you.
Yeah,
But they won't like,
absolutely.
shove it in your face and be like, no, you can't. They're like, oh, could you
Yeah.
please not? So that is there. But you're right. There are a lot of Indians in Melbourne also.
Yeah.
But I feel like so, in my assessment,
Mm-hmm.
again, I'm new to like the food scene in the sense I've never really done food videos before. I've been talking about milk, and I'm like, who am I? Like, I don't know who I am. But my assessment is that a lot of people, Indians
Mm-hmm.
who have moved to Adelaide, I can't talk about even other cities because I get questions from people from Melbourne, from Perth, from Sydney. People are like, oh, what milk should I use for paneer? And I'm like, I'm not an expert. I mean, I can tell you, sure, but people don't remember how to make malai. Like, someone was like, wait, what am I supposed to do with the milk? And I said,
Wow.
you're supposed to boil it and then you're
Right.
supposed to chill it in the fridge. And they were like, oh, I thought if I just left it in the fridge, it would just have cream on top. I feel like people have lost touch with that, genuinely.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
similarly, making butter or making ghee or making paneer. For
Yeah.
me, because I mean, I'm new from India and I don't particularly enjoy cooking, to be honest. But it's sometimes when I do cook, then I want to do everything properly. So for
Right.
me, it's like paneer, like, why are you asking me how to make paneer? It's there on YouTube. But I feel like people want to see other people actually tell them how to do these things.
Yes,
Very
exactly. And how
basic
easy
stuff.
that is. It's not that cumbersome. I think
It
a lot of
isn't.
people don't do it because they find, oh, kaun karega?
कौन
You know?
करेगा?
Yeah,
हाँ. But
that's
it's
true.
been, I have observed that I feel like Indian people here are disconnected, but
Mm,
they want to connect. So I
right.
feel like maybe, not the exact same cooking classes that, for example, worked in Japan, but I
Mm,
feel like there is something here. There is a gap that I feel that needs to be filled where
yes.
people want to know कि अच्छा ये कैसे बनाते हैं.
Right. What I
Yeah.
was thinking actually, what will be really in demand here, and I think I can see that is easy and quick meals because there is no help here with people and people have kids. In Singapore, there was never that problem because you have maids, living
Yes.
maids. So
Yes.
that is one thing I think can pick up is quick meals, easy meals, nutritious meals, something like that for to feed your family, which are not too fussy. It doesn't
Yeah.
need too much, and unfortunately, I use ingredients, and a lot of my followers are like, "ये मिलेगा कहाँ? ये इसका नाम क्या है? इसको pronounce कैसे करता है?" So a lot of times people do ask me these questions, and I'm like, maybe I'm going too chefy in my approach. I need to kind of go back and just create simple
Simplify.
meals. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I've started doing that, and I can notice there is a change in my algorithm.
Yeah, but that's what I feel like. Even the friend of mine who made the rasmalai, like I genuinely did not know how to make rasmalai.
Right.
And then I didn't know that actually it was that easy. And even
Yeah.
in the video, she says that the most tedious part is for you to actually
Easy.
knead the chena that you get out of the milk
Right.
because you need to knead it for 15, 20 minutes. And I was like, ये तो कुछ भी नहीं है. This is so easy.
Right.
Literally, that was my reaction. And I was like, "Ye to, I'm to going to make this." And
Yeah.
other stuff like, besan ke laddu. Like,
So
it,
easy.
I mean, yes, it takes time because you
Yeah.
need to stand on the stove and you need to kind of keep doing that so that you don't burn the besan. But it's
Right.
actually really, really easy. It's
That's
like
true.
three ingredients essentially.
Yeah, actually.
It
True.
tastes like home because that's how our
Yeah.
moms used to make it. So I'm just like, oh my God, these taste like my mom's laddus. I hope she's
Yeah.
not
It
listening because she'll be
smells
like,
like
how dare
home.
you? Exactly.
Nice.
Very fascinating. So you've been in Melbourne for how long now?
2 years. Exactly 2 years this month.
Are congratulations.
Yeah.
Very
I
nice. Very
know.
nice.
Yeah.
So have you come to Adelaide before this? Have you traveled?
No, actually, I've only been to Sydney and Gold Coast, but that was like a
Achha.
long, long time ago. And we decided on Melbourne because the weather is a bit cooler. Well, this
Sure.
year has just been horrendous. It's so damn hot. I can't wait for the winters. But
Listen,
that and
everybody
also the food
talks
scene.
about and bitches about Melbourne's weather. And I feel like, the whole city, because everyone bitches about it, the weather is like, yes, you want this, I will give you more of
Yeah,
it.
I know.
I
But
feel
I'm
like that's
actually
what's
the
happening.
only person who doesn't bitch about the Melbourne weather when it's cloudy and when it's gray because I'm already brown. I don't want to go in dark brown. So I actually prefer this, but this year's just been too hot. It is
Achha.
unbearably hot. So last year was actually very pleasant, last year and the year before last. So yeah, it's just been crazy this year. But yeah, this
Interesting.
and the food scene in Melbourne is incredible.
Nice. I'm
Yeah,
sure that Adelaide also, I feel like the food scene is actually quite nice
it's
and it's
amazing.
only growing. I mean, the
Yes,
number of new places like Sarvana Bhavan just launched, and I was like, oh my God, like I can eat Sarvana Bhavan here finally. So
amazing.
it's fantastic that they would consider a city like Adelaide. So it's
Yeah.
purely not just showing that, yes, I mean, it's like, yeah, this place is growing. So they're investing in this place, which is one of the reasons why I want to be in Adelaide
Yes.
because I
Yeah.
see the potential here, even though I'm not particularly in food as such, but on every front, I feel like
Right.
Adelaide is really going to grow and explode in the next few years.
In next 10 years, I think Adelaide is going to be next Melbourne. I feel that too because I've been hearing a lot about Adelaide, the food scene, and the chocolatiers and the dairies and the cheese. Oof,
I
delicious
know. Yeah,
from
yeah. There's
Adelaide. Yeah,
so many smaller, places like this that create artisanal stuff. Like it's directly from their farms, and it's fantastic. There's a lot of stuff to
absolutely.
get here.
And you
Yeah.
have one thing which is my favorite is the Shiraz from Barossa.
Oof.
Oh my
So
God,
good.
I absolutely love Shiraz from Barossa Valley. It's the
Okay.
most fantastic wine. So, are you a wine drinker at all?
I do drink wine, but not prolific. I'll
Okay.
taste if there's something new, I'll be like, huh, I want to try this. I tried a sparkling Shiraz recently for the first time. Oh
Yeah.
my
It's really good,
God.
isn't it?
Yeah.
It's
Pepper
something
jack
new.
wine. That's what I had tried. And it
Yes.
reminded me of when I started my wine drinking journey, I started with this thing called Lambrusco,
Okay.
which is Italian's red sparkling wine, and it comes from
Uh-huh.
like a particular area and it's those specific
Right.
grapes. And वो कहीं नहीं मिलता है, like मिलता है, but like even in India, it was very difficult to actually find it. So when I
Yeah.
had that sparkling Shiraz, I was like, oh, this is actually quite close to that in terms of texture,
Yeah.
I was like,
It
oh,
is.
bubbling good wine. Yeah.
It's really
बहुत है
interesting. I
यार
really
Adelaide.
like
There's
it.
so many options
Yeah.
here.
So, Adelaide
And
is actually on my traveling list. Maybe this June we are going to travel.
yeah, maybe you could be like a traveling supper club, Australian traveling
Oh, why
supper
not?
club by Gayatri. Yeah, like,
Yeah.
you'd be flown to all these fancy places and you'd be like, yes, yes, you can come. And you'd be like, this is all the food that I have created for
Yeah,
you.
I know that we'll see how it goes. But yeah, definitely that's something I am thinking on because I do have few friends as well in that list. Not friends, but I know them. Yeah, so I'm thinking.
Sure.
Yeah,
But that's how it grows, right? I feel like, people in general in Australia are quite supportive. I've
yeah,
had, most of my connections have been through Instagram. Like we've kind of met through Instagram and then
I know.
realized that we know common people. It's a small world. But
Right,
it's the same thing. Like last night I was at a iftar for the first time in my life. I mean, I have been invited to iftar many times in Delhi, but I don't think I actually valued it that much that
right.
I do now. Because in Delhi, I had so many friends. Yeah, everybody used to be like, "इधर आ जाओ iftar के लिए." Charger बाद उधर आ जाओ, and I used to be like, this is too much, I can't handle it. But here, when Naila invited me, I was like, yaar, please, thank you. I was so
So
grateful for
yeah,
that.
I know.
It's like that feeling of home, and she cooked everything from scratch and ghar ka
Yes,
khana, and there was so much. It was,
it
yeah, it
is.
was
It's
interesting.
beautiful feeling.
Yeah, so I feel like we do support each other here. Like, I don't know Naila from Adam. We just met on Instagram, and two
Oh,
weeks later,
okay.
she's like, "Oh, why don't you come for iftar?" And I'm like, "Okay, thank you."
Oh, that's so
And
sweet.
it's been incredible. And even I have a friend in Canberra, Reeth, and we met on like Instagram and we started chatting with each other. And then one day she's like, "Oh, I'm buying a new house and you have to come for the housewarming." And I'm
Oh,
like, I've never met this girl. And I'm like, you know what? Chalo. That's how
oh,
I ended up
that's how
driving
you.
to
Oh,
Canberra.
amazing. So,
Yeah.
okay. So now I just have to just invite you. You've got to come to Melbourne.
So I feel like there's a lot of that here. Like, I feel like in India, when I was in India, I feel there was a lot more, competitiveness.
Yes,
Here,
it's always yes.
I feel like there's a lot more support here, where
Yes.
people are like, okay, chalo, let's collaborate. And there's no like hidden agenda. There's no
Right.
like, oh, I'm not being paid for it. Why should I do it? It's very like, aa jao, karte
Yeah.
hain.
That's
It's
right.
that sense, which I absolutely fucking love. Because
Yeah.
I'm like, ye kya ho raha hai? It feels like
Right.
magic to
I
me.
know because I think it's because we are far away from home and we are trying to find our niche, we're trying to find our people vibe. And that's how you find it. Otherwise, you do feel a bit isolated and a bit left out. Because
Yeah.
I've been living outside India for like almost 20 years. So, yes, it is different
Yeah.
when you, especially in places like Japan, that's how we also did. Like, we had a very nice circle and that's how we grew together.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you've also been in the States, right?
Yeah, for a year and a half.
For a year and a half. How is that different from, like Australia, for example?
Very different. My God. It is in United States is literally on your face. Like everything is just big. The malls are big. The food, I mean, especially when I went from Japan, the food portions are really small. And they're perfect for
Mm.
one person. When I used to order in America, I would take that food home and I would eat it for 3 days because everything is just big. Like the houses are big, everything is just big, 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 and people are very different. Sometimes I do find them a bit standoffish. That is my, yeah, I
Sure.
mean, the
Yeah,
kind of people I
experience.
have met and I have worked with, but they're also incredibly talented and confident. So I learned a lot. Like
Mm.
I did have a lot of issues with my confidence growing up because, a brown girl, middle girl, and all
Didn't
of
we
that.
all? We all
Yeah.
did.
So America really gave me that confidence. Just be yourself. Do not apologize. And especially when you live in Japan, right? You say sorry for everything.
For everything, yeah.
Literally for everything. Like you just keep saying Gobinda Sai for the whole day for no reason. Because you just become like that.
I
Or
didn't say
excuse
that.
me. Yeah.
Ah.
So that and people just like, why are you saying, why are you apologizing? Like, yeah, why am I apologizing? So that changed my perspective of how to just be yourself. That was really amazing
Yeah.
when I lived in America.
Yeah, I think America, it's like, they're like, oh, we are the best country in the world. So then obviously they'll have that, attitude also. Ki,
Oh my
yes.
God. Yeah. They do
So
think
yeah.
they're best in the world, which I think they
Huh.
are in a way, I guess. I don't know. But
I
I
mean,
prefer South Hemisphere, Southern Hemisphere.
huh.
I feel myself because I speak the same language. Like in
Sure.
America, I got bullied a lot with my English. Oh
Ah,
my God, yes. So that was like,
fascinating.
yeah, so that was one thing. Over here, I feel myself. I feel that this is somewhere I can see myself growing old. I
हाँ
can,
यार,
yeah, connect
Australia
with
is very
people.
chill. Yeah, I really
Yeah,
enjoy living here in Australia.
yeah. You
मेलबर्न
must
का
visit.
एनर्जी मेलबर्न का एनर्जी मुझे थोड़ा ज्यादा अच्छा नहीं लगा. I went there to shoot Fashion Week, and I remember we drove in like I got an Uber from the airport, and we
Uh-huh.
drove into like the middle of the city. It was like 2 a.m. and I had to pick up keys from my friend because I was living at his apartment.
Right.
And I was just like, what is this? There was this weird like buzz in the air, and
Oh,
to me,
really? Okay.
it reminded me of like, you know, Delhi and Bombay. And,
Yeah,
like, because the city never sleeps essentially in India. And I
that's
was just like,
true.
ये नहीं चाहिए मुझे. I like
Yeah,
Adelaide. It's fine. Like
that's
on the weekends, everything is shut at 5 o'clock and you can go fuck yourself. Like, no thank you. It's not available. It's not open. Go to bed. And I was like,
yeah,
हाँ, मुझे अब यही चाहिए. I
yeah.
want some peace and ease in my life. And essentially, I
Right.
was like, ये ठीक है.
So I had that peace and that feeling when I lived in New Zealand for just 1 year. We were in Auckland. We were actually at Wangapara, which is like 50 kilometers from Auckland, and there are
Okay.
13 beaches around you. And I used to work as a head chef in local brewery, and I was working only 4 days. I'm like, this
Wow.
is life. 4.5 days, I would say, and that was life, man. I mean,
Amazing.
we would open our backyard and we would see swans and the family, the goose. It was just so beautiful. I could hear
Oh my
my
God.
thoughts.
Yeah, I
And my
know.
husband is like, बहुत हो गया, अब ज़्यादा sheep नहीं है, लोग कहाँ हैं? So we were like, okay, yeah.
Local.
So that's one
Yeah.
of the reasons we kind of moved to Melbourne. I mean, Adelaide is definitely on our list, but we don't know whether we will move there or not. But I was
Sure.
thinking about it last year. So we're going to visit and then we'll make the decision soon.
Nice, nice.
Yeah.
I was also curious to know, like, you've been online and you have an Instagram page, and how has that worked for you? Like, how do you think that has helped you, I don't know, be a better person or, get more work or interact with more people? Like, what do you think how that works for you?
Well, in Singapore, it worked really well. So I got my first job. So I could not find a job in Singapore for 4 years. And I found my first job because of my Instagram, because of my following. And I used to do a lot of brand collaborations. So that really worked well. And you do meet some really amazing people in the same field. Like you meet some really amazing recipe collaborators, some chefs and bloggers. So that has really kind of, opened my eyes about different cuisines, because even though I'm a chef and I've learned all the cuisines, but you don't really learn the regionalness of that cuisine. You don't really
Ah,
learn that, okay, the authenticity. I mean, when you go to a culinary institute, they usually give you a very general recipe. And when you make
sure.
it, there will be someone who will be sending you a message that that's not how we do it. Like I used to make
I
this
saw
one
that.
Lebanese dip, and I used to be very proud of it. And one of my Lebanese followers, and now she's a friend from Singapore, she's like, "I'm sorry, but that's not how you make it." And then when we met, and she taught me, and I was like, "Wow, this that really helped me to grow as a chef." I would
Ah,
say.
fascinating.
In Melbourne, I would say I'm still finding my foot. I'm not really there. I have only got a few brand collaborations, and I think Southern Hemisphere is different. In
Huh.
Asia, and also I was very famous in Singapore. I was working with Jones the Grocer. Then later it became Dempsey Project. It's a very huge restaurant, and then
Okay.
I started this Terra Madre, which is another Melbourneian brand, and I was the culinary director and head chef for that. So a lot of people knew me. I was kind of uh, featured in Vogue and Epicurean and all of that. So that was different. But here, I think it's going to take some time, and I'm giving that
Sure.
time. Yeah.
Sorry, just a
Yeah,
second.
yeah, it's okay. Oh my God, why is this guy? Oh dear Lord, why?
ये तो चलता ही रहता है.
Yeah.
So I just,
Seriously, why?
but thankfully it won't be there in the video that will finally be uploaded.
Hopefully,
So,
yeah.
yeah.
I
So yeah,
actually would like to say something, but I'm gonna keep my mouth shut.
it's okay.
Let
It's
it
best
be.
to
Yeah.
ignore. I always tell my people who follow me on Instagram, there'll always be someone who will come and leave some sort of a comment. The
Yeah.
best way is to just ignore it and not
Yeah.
engage with it at all.
Yeah.
Just
Absolutely.
absolutely not. So it's just like whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
So with your social media thing, I did find that thing very interesting where you said that it helped you grow as a chef because, of the recipes and how someone taught it to you personally. And it gives you a different perspective on, what is in a recipe book and how you actually make it. I feel like if you do that 2, 3 times, then you actually get like, ye theek hai.
Yeah.
Even if you follow a recipe like exactly how it is, there is also that dill that you put into it, which
Yes.
comes maybe after 2, 3 times where you feel it's a little more effortless
Right.
instead of
Right.
just following that bookish kind of example. Is that right?
Yeah.
Like, is that what?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Ah,
Yeah. And you also do a little bit of your andas and all of that. Andas
ah,
say, or then you always put your own flair into it. So now
interesting.
anytime I post some of the recipes, like even though it is inspired by certain cuisine, I always say that
Of
this is
course.
my take. This is
Ah,
not an original recipe. You have to see it from that perspective. Like you
sure.
can't say
Yeah.
कि यार भाई ये original है, because then people will also give you a lot of hate कि ये तो original नहीं है, like
Food
भाई.
also, I have seen, like, I have a
Yeah.
friend back in India, in Bangalore, Saffron Trail, and that's her handle.
Uh-huh.
And I have seen the kind of comment she gets. Oh my
Oh,
God. And she's been doing it again for donkey's years, like me. We've been online for
right.
a very, very long time. And I'm like, up now also people will constantly
Oh,
complain.
yeah, yeah. People have
Yeah.
absolutely like it's complete joblessness, and they think that they know. I think it's the feeling that they have to prove something, and they just have to show that I know better than you. Like, yeah, but
That's one thing, but I feel like people do that. more with subjects like food, for example, because I feel like everyone's really passionate about food. They're
Yes,
like, नहीं
true.
नहीं ये ऐसे नहीं होता है, ये ऐसे होता है, तुम्हें नहीं
Yeah.
पता है. You know,
Yeah,
it's like that.
exactly.
I feel like
Yeah.
it's coming from here. It's like, yes, you don't know
Yeah.
it. I will tell you how to make it
Yeah.
better.
Yeah, I know better. I will tell you, and you have to do the same. Exactly, absolutely right.
Yeah, I get that. I get
Yeah,
that. But it's
passionate. People are very passionate about food
about
and the
food in
foods.
general. Yeah. You know,
Yeah,
I feel like like the social media thing that you said that you've come to Melbourne and how you were before in Singapore. That's been exactly my experiences as well. Because in India, it was like people kind of knew me. They'd be like, "Oh,
yeah.
you're Naina, you're like that photographer," and I'd always be like, "Oh, wow, amazing! You know, that thank you so much," and whatever. And here, it's like I moved here with one backpack and one suitcase, and I didn't really know anyone.
Wow.
And I was just like, oh, you know, so going from the switch of feeling like people know you to coming to a place where nobody knows you, it took me 3, 4 months to kind of adjust my ego. And
Right,
then I kind of looked at it as an opportunity to essentially to do whatever the fuck I wanted to do,
right.
which
When did
is
you move
what
here?
I'm, sorry,
When did you move here?
October 2024. So it's been like a year and a half.
Oh, okay. So you're also new like me.
Ah,
Okay.
new. And now I feel like because I took a break essentially.
Mhm.
I wasn't really I was posting, but I was posting like whatever, like just to post, कि कुछ
Right,
दिखना चाहिए. But since the beginning of this year is when I finally decided that, you know what, this is a great opportunity for me to just do whatever I want
right.
because nobody knows me here. And you know, the way the internet is, I was like, people who've been following me for a while, they will see like my journey. And there will be some people who will be like, what are you doing? Have you lost your mind? And I did
Yeah.
get those comments also, where
Oh,
someone was
wow.
like, oh, I'm going, you know, this is not what I expect from your content. I expect XYZ. And I said, well, I'm a person and I'm
Yeah.
changing and I don't know where the content is going. I'm doing everything as an experiment.
Right.
So if you would like to follow along for the ride, that would be great. But if you
Yeah.
feel like it doesn't serve you, that's also fine.
That's
But
right.
that I have now finally 2026 is finally when suddenly things are like, wait, how did I get 1,000 followers? Ye kaise hua? Because that
Nice.
hasn't happened in 4, 5 years, at least for
Fine.
my Instagram.
Right,
I've just
right.
been, you know, just bleeding followers essentially. And suddenly this year is like, oh wait, ye kya ho raha hai? This is new.
Yeah.
It's, I mean, literally, I have been recording videos of anything and everything.
Yeah,
And
I've started to see your videos and I absolutely love it. Like you just like literally eating tomato. Like I love that. It's just no one is doing that, and you're just literally eating tomato and you're just appreciating it. Why not? Why
and
not
it's
put it
not
out there?
and I don't even like when I wake up in the morning, I don't think about कि अच्छा आज इसका वीडियो बनाना है. You know, it's
Right,
like I'll wake up in the morning, I'll be like, okay, is it sunny? Is it cloudy? Then I'll be like, chalo, let's light my kapoor, I'll light an incense stick, then I'll go drink some water, and then I'll be like, oh, इसका वीडियो बनाते हैं. You know, like something actually want to eat. I'll see like a nice tomato somewhere and I'm like, I'm going to eat this. And then I'm like, should I
right,
record it? And then obviously the voice in my head is like, are you nuts? Why would you record that? And I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. Let's record it anyway.
right. But you know,
That is
I
like,
actually like it because it was an heirloom tomato, and it's something you appreciate. Why not? Like,
and
funny
fuck
you
the
said
heirloom
that.
tomato. Gayatri, I ate a slice of red onion. Kacha, raw slice. Itna sa hai. It's this much. It has 6,000 views.
Are you
Because
serious?
Because I was just like, this is, you know, juicy magic. Like the flavor in this piece of onion is just incredible. And I'm just like crunch and I'm like,
Oh
oh,
wow!
because I've been eating onion since I was a baby. Like there's a
Right,
photo of me in some old album, black and white. When I'm a baby, I'm sitting on top of a wooden like shelf.
right.
I have a roti in my hand with butter and the roti is on one side and there's a whole onion which I'm biting into as a
My,
baby.
that is so cute.
So I've always loved onions.
Okay,
It was like onion appreciation video, you know. And I've
right.
got like chefs who have come and commented and they're like, yes, onions are the best. And I'm like, yeah.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I think people are finding these kind of videos more interesting than just mundane, same old scripted bullshit. Yeah,
That's what I feel. Like I used to think that I was being very authentic online and genuinely I was, but that was
yeah,
my capacity of authenticity till then.
right,
Now I feel like it's completely changed my definition of authenticity. Like
right,
वीडियो रिकॉर्ड करते टाइम वो हिंदी इंग्लिश आई एम नॉट थिंकिंग कि अरे किसी को समझ में आएगा विल पीपल
right,
वॉच दिस इट्स आई एम इंटरेस्टेड इन यू आई वांट टू
right.
लाइक गेट टू नो मोर अबाउट यू एंड इट्स लाइक if somebody connects with it great and
Yeah.
otherwise we've connected. And I
Yeah,
feel that,
exactly.
yeah, so that's what I mean by authenticity and being
Right.
real. You know, online is very weird like that. You
Yeah.
never know, sometimes there's a video that you recorded 6 months ago and suddenly it shows up on your Insta Insight saying that you're getting a lot of views. And I'm like, how? But that just happens. So
That
kuch
just
bhi hota
happens.
hai. So
Yeah.
yeah, I think what I'm trying to say is that it'll happen for you also. It's like
Yeah.
coming to Australia, I feel like we all essentially tend to start from scratch, even though we've
Yes.
had, 20 years of work behind us.
Absolutely.
I've heard
Yes.
this from a lot of people.
Yeah.
So it's I can see that it is starting to pick up now for me, and I can
Yeah.
see that it's starting to pick up for you also. It has
I
been for
think
a few
so.
months
It had.
now.
I
Yeah.
think so because
Yeah.
I mean, from with me, that is also one thing has happened that I was almost at the top of my career in Tokyo. Then I moved to Singapore. I was at the
Same.
top of my career. Then I moved to New Zealand. New Zealand was just getting started for me. Then I moved to Melbourne. So it's just
Huh.
I've been moving for last 15 years. So I
Definitely. Makes
think
a
that
difference.
also affects it has an effect on your Instagram, on your
Yeah,
reach
yeah.
and all of that. And I used to get really worried. Like I have done a lot of ranting videos. I have also blamed my followers. I'm like, you see what you get. And now I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. जिसको देखना है वो देखेगा बेंचो नहीं देखना नहीं देखेगा
नहीं देखेगा.
sorry
Huh.
sorry
Yeah. No, but essentially that's what it
yeah
is. Because I feel like people want to connect with the real person.
yeah
People don't want to connect with कि ओ ये तो ज़्यादा pretend हो रहा है और
yeah
लोगों को दिखता है. People, you can sense it.
yeah
You can sense कि अच्छा, what are these people talking? They're trying to sell something or they're
right
trying to sell their product, or which is fine. Which I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with that, because we
right
all need to eat and we all need to like sell our stuff and do our work
yeah
and talk about it. Why not? Like if I don't talk about my work, then who's going to talk about
this
my work?
who's gonna do it
Yeah.
right
Which
yeah
is why like I'm wearing my brooch and I have my painting in the back and I have my
yeah
photograph in the back. So yeah, that's
yes
me like talking about my work. But
right
it's not like I'm only focusing like, oh my God, look at my work. It's the best. Oh my God, buy it, buy it. It's like when we talk to you, it's like, yeah, you're a private chef, there are supper clubs, you create recipes, you could create a line of masalas
yeah
it's a line of Gayatri Singh's masalas or whatever. That's what you do. That's your
right
life. That's what you're
that's right.
passionate about. But we also want to know about your dog. Are you going to pay the dog tax and show it to us? Like, what's your dog look like? What's his
Oh,
name? I'm interested
his
in
name, he is absolutely beautiful. He is an anxious little thing. His name is Atlas. He is a border collie.
Oh,
Yeah, he's
wow.
a
Oh, I
gorgeous
love
city.
border collies, yaar.
They have
Oh, that's
so
so
much
cool.
energy.
I know.
Yeah, I take him for a walk almost every day,
Huh.
for about 3 to 5 kilometers. He'll come back. He wants to play in the backyard. Like, man, I don't have that
Oh,
much
yeah.
energy. I'm 42. Please, like, let me be 42. But
Yeah, but
he
he's
is
like,
just,
I'm a border collie. I love
yeah,
border collies. Yeah,
they're
they're
very
so
cute.
fucking adorable. Yeah.
They
Not
are.
only just to look at, but that energy. Like, I'm like, yes, yes, can
Oh.
I have some of that, please?
And they're very intelligent, extremely
Oh,
intelligent. So he's also
wow.
very intelligent, but he's a bit on the scare side. So he just like a yeah, he just sits on his own. He's very quiet, kind of. He
Very cute.
doesn't ever bark. So I have to tell him that
Yeah.
Atlas, please bark. Let other people know that we have a dog.
How long have you had him?
So it will be. It's been exactly 1.5 years. So he's
Acha.
yeah, 1.5, 1 year, 4 months. So we got
Okay.
him 2 months old.
So cute.
Yeah,
Yeah. Huh.
yeah.
Do a video with him on your feed. Yeah. We all want to see what he looks
I
like.
actually do. I do
You
quite a
do?
lot of videos. Yeah, yeah. I
Oh, cool,
post
cool.
it
Then
on
I'll have
my
to.
stories mostly, and he's
Ah,
got
तभी
his
तो.
own Instagram handle.
Post on your feed, on your reel. I want to see. Stories to
Oh,
go away after 24 hours. Yeah.
yeah, that's true. I'm gonna do one video.
Oh, that's so cute. And it's like, what do you do for him? Like, does he have a particular diet? Like, how do you
Yes,
feed him?
I cook for him. So he's a very classy dog. I cook I think every 2 3 days I cook a proper meal for him. He's got turkey, he's got chicken, rice, paneer, and whatnot. So he eats very little kibble, but he mostly eats my food.
Very interesting, yeah.
Yeah.
And then, like, I don't know a lot about dogs. I used to have a dog till I was, I think, 11 years old. I haven't had a dog after that. And
Right.
from what I remember, we used to feed him anything and everything in
Same
India.
here. In India, we used
Huh.
to give him normal like cooked bones. And now
Yeah.
I've been told that never give cooked bones. I'm like, yeah, but all my dogs ate it and they were fine.
Like
But
my
here,
dog, my dog used to eat chocolate also, bro. Like I
I
have
know
never, I,
chocolate, grapes, everything.
here I keep
Onions.
hearing. Ki, oh, you can't feed chocolate now, you can't feed this, that. And I'm like, what are dogs eating? Like, are they getting any flavor in their food anymore? Like, how
No,
does it
I
work?
actually put some masala. So I just like, he's a desi kutta. He has to be, if the little bugger starts sneezing and coughing and starts to run away whenever I cook like proper masale wala khana. So I'm like, you know what, you little bugger, you're gonna get a little bit of that taste. So I put turmeric, black pepper, cumin, all of it,
Right.
and I make like a proper nice kind of a khichdi for him, and then I
Oh,
make like mix like chicken necks and things like that. So I have done like a
wow.
small course, dog nutrition course before I got him, because
Oh,
I'm really
wow.
passionate about dogs. I love
Oh
dogs.
my God. Dude, that there you go. There's another line for you. Like
Yeah.
dog food prepackaged you can start. Or I'm sure there are enough people in Melbourne or in Australia who like we want
Oh
to
yeah.
feed our dog really good food. So can we please have a private chef who can do that for us? You never know, yeah. These days
You
people
never
love it.
know, actually. Yeah. So
Yeah.
there are a few people who requested. So I posted a few days ago that what I feed him. It was a lot of fun. Yeah.
Yeah, you should do like a whole series with that, just for Atlas.
Oh, perfect. So yeah, he's very cute, and I kind of have to find ways to feed him because he doesn't eat vegetables. So I have to
Oh,
kind of stuff it with cheese and things like that. So
oh
yeah,
my
it's a lot of
God.
fun. They're literally like
Wow.
babies who never grow.
Listen, I love this idea. You should have a series for Atlas where you show what he is eating, like what you made for him, and then when he's
Okay.
eating it. I think the whole internet will lose their mind. Be like, हाँ हमें दिखता है ये कैसे हो
I
रहा
like
है?
this idea. I might just take it.
Seriously.
Yeah, I might just make
Yeah.
something out of
I
it.
I
Yeah.
would watch it, dude, and especially a
Yeah.
border collie. Oh my
I
God,
know.
this
I'm
is
gonna send you the picture later. I'll show you
for
later
sure.
because he's
No,
not
no,
here. I
now,
thought that he was sitting here, but he's just gone out.
no, no. Now you show us a video of him, and you do like a food video for him, and then you see what
Oh.
happens, and then you take it from there because I want to see that video now.
Perfect. Perfect. All
Hey, so
right.
cool. Yeah, this
Yeah.
is fantastic. I'm
It
so glad we're
was.
having this conversation.
Same here. I mean, I just didn't feel like I met you. I mean, I haven't even met you, but I met you here for the first time.
Yeah,
Like, literally, we're talking today. And
isn't that the best?
amazing, right? I mean, literally 4 days ago, I started following you. I think
Exactly.
I literally went through your feed. I'm like, I love this. I absolutely love your videos. Like the ones, and I saw some of the hate comments on your Malay video. I'm like, calm down, man. You know, it's her Malay. Whatever she wants to do, she can do it. Why do you have to comment? So,
Exactly. Yeah.
and that's how even my mom used to do it. Like she would use her hands and she would take it out. And that
Exactly.
really reminded me home.
Exactly. So, मैं
Yeah.
तो literally the only reason I was even looking for milk was because I wanted to essentially
So,
reenact my childhood कि वो
yeah.
ऐसे उतार के और सीधा मुंह में. And I was really shocked the first time that I saw the comment where someone was like, "Don't you have a spoon?" And I was like, "Huh?" Because it didn't even occur to me that somebody might not like that I'm eating with my hands. And I'm
Yeah.
like, we all like yesterday when we went for iftar,
Right.
there was rice and there was three types of chicken, and I was like,
Hmm.
of course I'm going to eat it with my hands. And
Yes.
so there were one, two, three, four Indians, and the rest
Okay.
were white people. And all the
Okay.
Indians were like, even
That's
even
how you
my
eat it.
yeah, even my partner Jamie, he's like full Australian. He's
Yeah.
never even been to India. But even he was like, yes, yes, because he's like,
Uh,
there's more flavor when you eat with your hand. And I'm like, yes.
Actually, yes. With the spoon, you can never get that flavor, honestly. You know, I mean, the first time I started growing my nails when I started working here, I had a 6 months job as a sales manager. I left
Uh,
it, couldn't do it. Because I'm a very good salesperson, but I just couldn't do it. Like, okay, I need to get back to the kitchen. So I actually started growing my nails and painting it. So I recently got out of that. Like, ho gaya. I need
uh,
my bare nails, and then you can eat it. Like the best
yes,
feeling when you eat your roti and
exactly.
rice with your hand.
Yes, with your
Yeah,
hands. Huh? Like
yeah,
that's how I mean, my dad was in the army, so obviously he told us like that's not how you eat. This is how you eat with a spoon and a fork and a knife, and this
right.
is there. And so we knew all that, yes,
Yeah,
but we would, dal chawal with ghee, like you want to do that and eat it, right?
yeah. Oh, your dad was an
Right.
army. My dad was a judge.
Oh,
Yeah,
so
so
yeah,
government service.
then,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. But
that's
it
how
was
we
it was very
travels.
interesting, huh? With all those comments and people are like, use a sieve or a chalni. I said, malai nikalne ke liye
Mhm.
kaun chूतिया छलनी use करता है? Sorry, no offense. But I'm like, seriously?
Seriously, I never even heard of it. Like, never. What? What's the point of chalni?
So
Actually, you're right.
I had a huge laugh when I read those comments, and I was like, "सही है,
You should
enjoy."
actually write
तुमको
it. He can't shoot yeah, use
like,
करता है.
तुमको यूज करना है तुम करो, मैं तो हाथ से निकाल के और सीधा मुंह में डालने वाली हूँ. Enjoy.
I
And
know.
yeah, it's been fascinating.
Yeah.
Genuinely, like I was actually, I mean, it whole started from me whinging about Australian milk and being like, "Arey, where is the malai?" Like this. I
Right.
got 2 tablespoons of malai from 4 liters of milk, and I was like, "ये क्या है?"
Oh my
So,
God.
so again, randomly, I just recorded the video. सिर्फ कोई बता दो यार कि मैं क्या कर रही हूँ,
Yeah.
कोई दूध अलग होना चाहिए कि नहीं. And that
Right.
video almost has 500,000 views.
Oh
And I'm like,
wow.
ये क्या हो रहा है? Like, I never even considered that. But then, it's like, I feel like in a lot of developed countries, people have a lot of like lactose intolerance. People
Yes.
want to have like low fat milk. And I'm
Yeah.
like, whereas in India, we still drink a lot of like milk.
Yeah, buffalo milk, which has like the best thick malai. My mom still
Yeah.
makes like the proper, the whole ghee with that. So
Huh,
every
of
time
course.
she is, yeah, it's like the best thing. But of course, I can't drink that milk. मुझे तो मैं milk ही नहीं पीती हूँ वैसे तो.
Acha,
Because,
okay.
yeah, because I all my life I hated milk, and my
Oh
mom would
God.
her morning ritual was that eat take the malai and then put it in my mouth like mommy please don't do it. So she was
I,
obsessed with malai. And whatever
huh.
was left in that patila, she would put it on her face with the honey.
Yes, 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 I've done that. I was going to make a video of that also, but I ate all the malai, so I, I was like, "ये अगली बार करेंगे."
Like she would literally take it out, put some honey and all of that. Like, yeah, put this on your face. Like, no. Now I feel
You
that I
don't,
should have.
you don't even need to put honey, just the malai. And my mom
Yeah.
used to like take it in her hand. She would rub
Oh,
it all
same,
over
same.
here,
Oh
put
my
it on her
God.
face. And I was like, "ये सही है, best. You don't need any other moisturizer."
No
And I
moisturizer.
know people will be like, "Oh, but isn't that like comedogenic and it'll block your pores?" And I'm like, "Fuck all that shit,
No,
यार, do
man.
it."
Come on.
ऐसा
That's
soft skin होता है यार उस मलाई
like
से,
literally baby's
amazing.
bum. My mom's skin is like she's really beautiful and she's got the best skin and she's been doing it for 65 years now. 60 years now. So I'm
Yeah.
like, but of course I didn't do it because I always had that malai and milk. But unfortunately, my husband also doesn't drink milk. So we literally have milk, 2 tablespoons of milk in one cup of tea. That's
Sure.
all.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
नहीं,
I
I
do
get it.
make like yogurt and all at home. But yeah,
Oh, I
कोई
love
खाता नहीं
making
है पीता
yogurt.
नहीं है तो
हाँ,
yeah.
मैं यहाँ I stay in a house share. So the landlady, she was like, she saw me making curd. She's like, ये क्या कर रहे हो? She's
Uh-huh.
Indian also. She's been here for 25 years. And I was like, I'm making dahi. She's like, you can make dahi? I said, yeah.
Of
Like,
course.
I was like, what? She said, can you teach me? And I said,
Oh
of
wow.
course. So then I taught her and she's been making her own curd now. And I'm like, it
Wow.
is so easy.
You
It is
don't need anything.
so easy.
Absolutely. My God. Like you're right. People have lost the basics. I guess, the ease of doing everything and the ease of everything is available at your fingertips. So why
Sure.
go through so much of trouble? I think that's what people
But
think, and then that
it's
becomes their lifestyle.
I mean, see, I understand. I don't have kids. I don't have anybody that depends on me. I live by
Yeah.
myself essentially. And I don't have that ki, oh, itna kaam karna padega. It's not like I have 5 things to do in a day and I have to cook 3 meals. And I usually eat 1 meal a day and then I'll, substitute with, chalo, I'll eat a spoon of ghee or chalo, I'll eat some malai or I do that kind of stuff. So for
Right.
me, I understand that it's not the same as someone who's probably raising 2 children, has a husband
Yeah.
who doesn't cook, and you have to cook for all of them. And then,
Absolutely.
of course, it's more convenient. And
Yeah.
also, yeah, when you come to Australia from India, it's like everyone
You
takes up a
have to do
job, like their job, they get to
everything
tell.
yourself. Yeah.
Yeah, so then
Absolutely.
there's no time essentially. So I understand that, but I
Yeah.
also feel like there are a lot of people who feel that there is that gap that they've forgotten how to do these things and they would like to. Because
Yeah.
I remember I used to call up my mom, in the early days, like, "Mummy, chole kaise banate hain? Kitni seeti marni thi?" I used to do that. And
Right.
now I feel like a lot of people probably don't have that access. They don't have access to their parents anymore. I don't know, they've
Right.
moved on, passed on, or whatever. Then who is telling them how to do these things? Who do you
Right.
call and be like, yaar, malai kaise banate hain?
Yeah,
You know?
absolutely. Yeah, that's true. I mean, I never thought of it from that perspective, that
I
point of
know,
view. Yeah,
neither did
it's
I.
actually
Till I made these
amazing.
videos and I'm like, ये क्या हो रहा
I
है?
think maybe we should start some sort of series that you make one video, I make one video of these basic things.
Yeah, sure, why not? Like,
Yeah.
yeah, we can totally do a live also where you are cooking and I'm
Oh
just
yeah,
doing
would love
commentary.
that. Would love that. We used to, in COVID, I did so many lives with so many different people. Even some chefs, like if you know Atul Kochar, I've done a
Of
live with
course.
him and Vivek Singh, Chef Vivek Singh. So that was like
Okay.
that was an amazing experience for me that I was
Yeah,
cooking with them, and they are like legends,
it's so much
amazing
fun,
chefs.
yeah. यार
Yeah.
देखो वही है ना, लेजेंड्स हम भी कहीं किसी के लिए हम भी लेजेंड हैं और
Ah,
किसी के
that's true.
लिए हम कोई भी नहीं है, और
Yeah.
इट्स लाइक आई फील लाइक it's this collaborative supportive spirit that a lot of us have where we
Yeah.
want to, it's not about ki collaborate karo to your followers will grow, my it's yes, that is an
Yeah.
aspect, but for me it's more of just,
Getting to know
what
the
the
person.
Australians call mateship. It's like,
Ah,
yeah, like why
yeah.
not,
Yeah.
let's get together and let's do it, whatever it is, kuch bhi kar sakte hain yaar, it's so
That's
much
true.
fun.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
This has been fun. I'm so glad that we are doing this, and I would love to do more lives because I love talking to people like you because you are like
You
no
should.
filter, and I'm
Yeah.
exactly like that, no filter.
Yeah, of course, yeah. Not just what filter. Like it's like every time someone says to me when they meet me in person, they're like, "You are like this in life also and on videos also." And I think that's the biggest compliment ever. I'm like, "Hanji,
Yes.
what you see is what you get."
Exactly. Yeah, that's the best compliment. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool है, चलो आई थिंक अब रैप अप
Yeah.
करते हैं, बिकॉज अगर
हाँ,
1 घंटे का
almost
हो
एक
गया
घंटा हो
तो
गया.
इंस्टाग्राम पे अपलोड नहीं होगा ये रील,
I know.
क्योंकि 60 minutes is what it allows, and I
Yeah.
think TikTok is only 30 minutes. So on TikTok, I'll split it into
Yeah.
2 segments. And this has
Perfect.
been fun because for me also it's a learning experience because I have been talking about a podcast for centuries, it feels
Oh,
like. And
perfect.
I do talking head podcasts where it's just me, but with people I've never really explored it because I don't know, I was scared or shy or something. I'm not sure. And
Yeah.
now I feel like this is something that I want to do and it's finally happening. So I'm just like, yes, just
Yeah.
channel door open because I find Joe's podcasts are like so chill. They're like
Yeah.
totally, they'll talk about anything and everything. And I know I'm not
That's the
Joe Rogan,
best thing.
obviously.
Yeah. No, but
Yeah,
you can
I,
be.
I bring my own thing to it. Like you said, bring
Yeah.
your own thing to the recipe.
Exactly. Perfect. And I'm so glad that I'm the first one you're doing the podcast with. So when you launch like maybe a YouTube podcast, I'll be the first one again. I'm inviting
Done,
myself,
done.
being shameless.
Arey, nahi, nahi, yaar,
Yeah.
fantastic. This has been amazing talking to you. And I feel like we
Yeah.
could go on for a few hours, I am pretty sure.
I'm
And
sure.
again,
Yeah. I
but
talk a lot, so but we need to,
me
yeah,
too. Me
we'll
too.
do
Yeah.
that again.
Yeah, yeah, we'll do it again. We'll catch up again. And always happy to have you back here anytime.
Same,
Fantastic.
same. Thank
Thank
you.
you so much for
Thanks.
all your time, Gayatri.
Thanks.
Take care.
Bye. Sure.
Bye.
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 Bye.